Hiya, Renee Jones here with Pack Your Own Bag. Last week I talked about getting stuck in a pattern, particularly as emotional leaders. And part of getting unstuck is to know what you need. So did you identify it? Did you go get it? It's so important to know what you need because we get accustomed to ignoring that. My spouse, my boss, my child, my grandchild, my pet, my friend, insert the appropriate name here, needs something from me. Yes. And your good heart wants to meet their need because you want to help. And that's great. Truly, it is. It's unselfish, it's kind, it's giving. And sometimes it's also survival, yes? If I get them sorted, then that saves me time later. Or if I can get this done, I can reclaim 5 minutes to do whatever, insert your need here. But do you ever reclaim those 5 minutes? My mother told me, always clean your room first. And I thought, well, that's a bit odd. Shouldn't I start with the kitchen? Or better, maybe get the parts that I don't want to clean first? Get that over with? No, she said, start with your bedroom. If you leave it to the end, that's the part you're likely to omit because it's only for you. We drop our own needs, thinking we'll get back to it later. And how often do we? Yes, I know. It feels selfish to take some time to yourself, to prioritize your needs. And of course, it can be. But my guess is that you've ignored your needs more often than not. You just got on with it and got on with it and got on with it. And now you're not even sure of what could refresh you enough. It's almost like we're a bit like potting soil that is so dry it refuses to take water. And it takes forever to start that dampening process so it's good enough to use. My guess is that you've traded those moments when you might have taken time to refresh yourself for refreshments. Grabbing something to eat to soothe yourself is a lot quicker. It'll do for now. And when that's the only form of refreshment you allow yourself, because you can do it on the run, it takes no real extra time. You have to eat. And you can do that and corral a couple of toddlers or projects or phone calls, your boss, your spouse, insert your detail here. Well, it tends to add up, doesn't it? Usually on my hips. It's something you can do quickly to soothe the ache. And we try to slake our thirst for joy, purpose, and peace with a Twinkie. So here's what I want to say. Your needs matter. And yes, you are worth it to get them met. What happens to all those, insert your detail here, if you are no longer able to do what you do? You are worth it. Now, you've been doing it this way for a long time, so it may take some practice. So no beating up on yourself if you don't do it perfectly immediately, right? So, what do you need? Go get that. You are worth it. All the best.